Greetings, I'm Charles. I'm 54 years old. I'm 6'1" when I'm fully assembled. The last weigh in, I weighed about 230 pounds. We're going to talk about bedside commodes today. I am a double amputee. I have below the knee amputee on my right side. That's been done several years ago, and then I'm above the knee amputee on my right side. That was done relatively recently. So one of the things that happens is I came out of the hospital, was sent home, and one of the things that I couldn't do because my stump was so tender, it was so difficult to move around, couldn't get into the bathroom. So one of the things I had to deal with was one of these bedside commodes. So thought I'd just talk a little bit about it, what we're looking for, what we have to deal with. These things are it can be sturdy or rickety. It kind of depends on, there's a whole variety of qualities as far as that goes. But the basic components are typically, it's going to have a seat, cover, padded, and it's going to tip up typically in some form or fashion. With this one, it's got a whole bunch of clips on it, so it'll fit on a whole bunch of different varieties. But these clips will snap down onto that bar and hold it steady. Okay, there is a bucket. There's a bucket, there we go. And there is actually a handle on it, but it's over on the other side. And of course that is the target area right there. It comes with a lid, which you'll definitely want to have handy because you want to cover that up once it's done. And typically these things come with this other ring inside that you can see right through. Now that's actually not what you want to use. You want to take this out, maybe save it for later, because you can set these over the toilet. So in the future, if you have a hard time getting up, you got something steady that's a little bit higher. And in that case, you would swap out the bucket for this ring that I just pulled out, and then there you go. But for early on, when we first need to have this as used as a bedside toilet, then you want to just leave that bucket in there. Of course, this bucket will come out. That's for easy disposing of contents later. Okay, I'm just going to put this back together while we're doing it. One of the other typical features of these bedside commodes is that they've got drop-down handles. I went ahead and already dropped this handle down so that we could see that part better first. But this is to make it easier if you're doing a wheelchair transfer or something to pull up beside it if you need to do that. Of course, everything, the more things that are locked in, the more sturdier it's going to, this whole gizmo is going to be. But most of them are basically simple. They've got some kind of little locking mechanism of some nature that's really easy to operate. And let's see. And that handle will just drop down. So once you can drop that down, put the seat down. I'd go ahead and snap it all the way down. And then make a transfer from the wheelchair using a transfer board or a medical transfer board, I think is the technical term for them. And to get yourself into position, of course, you don't want to have the top on while you're getting yourself in position. Once you've gotten yourself into position, probably be a good idea to go ahead and put that handrail up and until you're done. And of course, you want to have some TP within arm's reach so that you can take care of finishing up once you're done. When you're completely done, go ahead and drop this armrest again, just like I showed a moment ago. Use your transfer board to get back in the wheelchair, and then lift that ring up, put that top back on until somebody is able to empty that out on your behalf. Since we couldn't get into the bathroom, I wouldn't expect. Well, I couldn't do it after I got done using it. I couldn't empty it out. If I could get into the bathroom to empty it out, I just would have went to into the bathroom myself right from the get-go. But there are many reasons why somebody might need to use a bedside commode. And as a fresh amputee, I was surprised at how difficult it was just to move around. So this was definitely well worthwhile. One of the other things I want to point out with you, depending on what type of insurance and stuff that people have, these items, when you get sent out of the hospital with something like this, they are rental, and that means they are going to keep charging you for that thing, even though you thought you had already paid your deductible and all that. So you want to be aware, and if you plan ahead of time, you might actually find one you want and just buy it or get it yourself, as opposed to what is kind of handed over to you and end up signing a contract that you may not be aware or even potentially lied to about what's in the contract. In any case, hopefully that was helpful for you.